Well, it's great to get back on the ice. We've gone through Traverse City and gone through Dallas's main camp, and it's nice to have your team on the ice, and it's nice to run the practices and kind of get barking some orders and kind of getting back into the flow of things. It was a long summer. You're waiting all summer to get back at it, so it's great to step on the ice today.
You mentioned the getting back to your team, but you've been on the ice, like you mentioned, Traverse and such. How do you balance that? This is the first for some of these guys. Some of these guys have been doing this for 2-3 weeks now at this point.
Well, you know what? There's a really good synergy from the guys from Traverse City, the main camp, to here. They've seen a lot of the system work through main camp and a little bit in Traverse City. But for us right now, it's just it's easier to get right into some practice drills instead of trying to go right back to the basic teaching. They've done a lot of it already, so and it's good because they know their teammates a little bit. They're still battling for a spot. It just makes the first day that much easier, that much more flow, and then it'll help with the second day. We can already get into special teams. We can already get into some deep system work.
Speaking of battling for spots, in a little bit of a different situation than you were last year. There were so many injuries and such. You got a lot of bodies here. What are you thinking about these camp battles that are starting to happen here?
Well, if you look at Dallas, we've got guys pushing from Texas last year, pushing in Dallas right now, and the same message was sent last night. There's spots available. If you want to work for them, they're there to be had. Now that to be said, Scott White, Jim Nill, and even Neil down in Idaho have done a great job with the depth in the organization. From the Dallas standpoint, they're pretty deep up top, and they'll be deep in Texas. And then the guys that Neil has signed on AHL contracts, or we've signed on AHL contracts, has done a good job with the depth. So we shouldn't get put in a spot like we were last year, having 3 or 4 free agents make our team right off the hop. So that being said, there's still a lot of competition out there. First day, the pace was good. The energy was good. We worked on a lot of system work. So tomorrow will be another day and just kind of keep on growing.
You didn't get them in the lineup today, Regner and Flynn, but you got a lot of veterans on this squad. Do you think that changes the complexion of this team from last year?
Oh, for sure. Definitely. We've got right now with Regner and Flinner on our team, I think that'll put us around 6-7 vets, so we're going to have to manage that throughout the year. But again, that goes back to our depth. Whitey's done a great job of bringing in some character players. Bringing Greg Rallo back is a great addition. He's you have to have guys that can sell the coach's message in the dressing room. They're going to do a good job. We've got not only good players but good citizens. And one thing we didn't have last year, we didn't have enough depth to get us through the year. And this year we've got enough depth with veteran and young players. But the difference is we've got that extra leadership. And when times are tough, you got call-ups, you got injuries. That extra leadership, that extra depth is going to get you through the hard times.